Did you see that guy eaten by a shark?
I didn't see that.
You didn't?
I don't watch a lot of that, but I'll look at it.
It's pretty wild.
Oh man.
Yeah, this is. I don't know that we've actually people have these videos and you go like, oh, like you think it's something and you're like, oh, this isn't really what you're saying it is, but this is genuine.
Oh.
This is that guy is just like swimming, and it's this one is censored though. Don't play that. No one wants to see that shit.
What?
Yeah, get the real deal.
There's worse than that?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know why they're gonna. It's so silly because you're not actually seeing blood and guts. So for them to put like a,
and why was he doing it?
he was swimming off the coast. He's in Egypt, so I think he's on vacation.
I don't vacation anywhere where the Bible happened, really, because so much shit happened there.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's
wow. Can you imagine that?
I know, like the absolute horror of that.
And the father just kept recording?
I think it's someone else. I think somebody else is recording.
I guess you'd want to see him at your last time seeing him. I don't know how you'd be. I don't have any children.
No, I think you're. Yeah, he's just swimming there, and I don't think people know what's going on at first. Yeah.
That must have been right when it hit him, huh? Because they
tiger shark. Yeah, look, his legs were up in the air. I don't know if you looked. If you see that, take it back a few seconds. Look right here where he gets pulled under, and then his legs go straight up.
What would you do, you think?
Well, that's the thing, that the most horrifying part of this is you realize that this guy knows what's happening, and it's just absolute pain. Like he just knows, like it's people's like worst. I'm getting attacked by a shark. I'm getting eaten by a shark.
Yeah, you're
right
like,
now.
how does this happen?
I mean, you're just in your adrenaline is shooting through the roof. You're freaking out, panicking, as you should. Everyone's reaction is panicking. I mean, you know, it's funny. Like people go like, "We know what you should do in this situation," and you're like, "Oh, what should I do?"
Yeah,
in this situation. They're like, well, their eyes tend to go. So if you can hit them directly on the nose, and you're like, fantastic. I will. I'll keep that in mind. No, it's like, it is such a horrific thing, and I didn't realize that his dad was there, and his girlfriend. I just got a link to it from Nadav. He was like, "You want to see something hilarious?" And he sent me that link.
That's not how I said it.
I was like, all right.
Nadav seems like he would send that to someone.
He's a sick person.
Yeah, I don't know if he's definitely. I don't know if he's sick. He seems hard to insure. Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
But that's scary, man.
Yeah.
God, that makes me so scared.
Oh, it's terrifying.
I went snorkeling last week, and that even got too
Seriously?
harrowing. Yeah.
Where were you doing it?
I was in Hawaii, and I went snorkeling.
Oh, that's a place where shit goes down for sure.
It was.
Where it must have been beautiful though.
It was beautiful, but it got so scary, and there weren't even any fish. And I'm like, oh, if the fish are gone, I'm fucked. You know, like
it
was so scary. I was in Maui, and I was just, and then I start swimming back, and I start noticing that I'm not doing super great out there, and you can see like some of the lifeguards are like in a little group, and that usually means you're not doing good.
Yeah.
And then thankfully I got close enough back in, man, but it was pretty scary for a little bit. I was like, I don't know how much longer I can keep swimming over there, because I got real scared.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing more humbling than the ocean. Truly. I don't think there's anything more.
100%.
You know, you can feel yourself in a lot of situations, and if you want to be brought down to the level, just spend some time in the ocean, because you learn real quick. I mean, I've snorkeled before. I got caught in a riptide in Florida like a year ago, where I was letting it. They tell you to let it take you, right? If you you don't want to fight it, you kind of want to drift out of it. And I was doing that, and I guess I wasn't doing it enough. And every time I would try to fight it, it wins. You never beat it. You know, like it's too strong. It just pulls you back. And I kept going further out, and then I would swim again. And then what happens is you're swimming against it, so you are exhausting yourself. You're starting to fatigue. And then I get my feet on the ground, and you're digging through it, like you're really grinding through it. and then you feel it again. It pushes you back, and this is like repeating and repeating. So you are really depleting yourself of energy. And at one point, I see the lifeguard, and he's sitting in his tower, and then I see him get down, and I see him walk, and he's walking closer, and I realize he's watching me.
Oh yeah.
And as I'm doing this, I get my feet on the ground, and I keep pushing, and I finally get make some ground. And there's this moment where he goes like this, like thumbs up, you good? And I take my hand, and I'm about to go come out here.
Yeah.
That's how scared I feel. Mm-hmm. And then I just I get my footing, and I make it out of it, and I come out of there with my heart rate's 160. And he was like, "Oh, I thought you were in trouble there." I go, "That's because I was." Yeah. And he was like, "Yeah, it looked." I go, "Dude, that fucking thing took me." And I mean, you have those moments where you're like, "Oh, this could end like that." That fast. In Hawaii, one time in Maui, I rented a vehicle, and they go, "Oh yeah, explore, go here, there, tell me where to go." And we end up at this completely isolated beach where the sand is at you drive up here, and it's at a full decline into the ocean. Mm-hmm. I was like, "Oh, this is cool." And there's nobody there. And I walk into the ocean, and just in 3 feet of water, I realize oh shit, it's full undercurrent,
this thing's
and you have to climb out. So right away I get out of that thing, and I was like, that was actually terrifying. Yeah. And when I get back to the hotel, I tell them where I went, and I go, "Yeah, I got in the water there." They go, "Oh, you shouldn't get in that water." I go, "You didn't say that. You said go drive around." They're like, "Oh yeah, you'll drown there." And I was like, "Oh, cool." You failed to mention probably the most critical piece of information. Yeah. But I mean, dude, sharks, fucking undercurrents, it's all
of it.
Yeah, dude, that thing, ocean doesn't forgive.
It's so heartless, man. It's so heartless. It's like wet time, I remember I got out, and I was snorkeling out there, and it kept lifting me up, and so I could see some of the reef, but then it would go so fast that I would be sitting on the rocks.
Yeah.
Almost like a model or something, it went so low. It had an 8-foot fluctuation. So it was I was swimming and doing good. And then suddenly I was just in a weird pose or something on this painful rock, and God, it was too much, man. I could eat. Dude, when I was in the ocean, Florida, the riptide in Florida killed probably 1/17 of or 1/30th probably of the urban kids in our area growing up.
And this is...
And I hate to say, and I don't mean that in any type of way, except it was a different time, and it was disheartening, man, because every other graduating class would lose someone,
dude,
and when they went to Florida on spring break.
Yeah,
I mean, it was real common.
It just happened where I went to high school in Florida, and it was the fucking saddest thing, where the kids, I guess the tradition is that when they are seniors, they just jump in. You know what I mean? They do a collective jump into the intercoastal. Oh. And they did that. I mean, this is it's not long. It's not in waves and crazy. It's just it's the intercoastal. It's the water from the ocean that you think it's supposed to be a river. They did that, and one of the kids just didn't come up. They came and figured out how it happened, and he died.
Dang it.
Just graduated high school.
Oh.
Yeah, dude. It was a celebratory jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, they had a kid in Baton Rouge from University High School over there, and they went on one of those booze cruises or something.
I heard about this.
And it's they put these kids, and they dress the ship up like a pirate ship, and they said, "We're going to go fight fight another." It's it's some horrible pirate reenactment,
They went to the Bahamas.
Yep. They were in the Bahamas, and they were off some island, and somebody dared this guy to jump in, and I think it was nighttime, and that was it.
They dared him to jump in. There were sharks, and so when he was going towards the buoy,
he
saw a shark, and then deviate. He went away from it. So like what he should have grabbed, he was like, oh, there's a shark over there. And then that was it. Yeah. Like they never saw him again. Like,
I can't believe there's not more footage of it. Sometimes you're like, does somebody?
But there is footage of him and you see the shark. You see the shark. It's crazy that there's. Yeah.
God, it makes me so scared. I'm not shocked that we are on. This is why we've chose to be on land. I'm sure there was a lot more people in the water a long time ago.
We
could not handle it.
Living in the ocean?
Dude, if we were lifeguards, dude, people would die.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
People, because they'd see me out there and be like, oh, go get your buddy, right? And then I go get you and you come out and they're like, whoa, no.
I'd be like, no.
Yeah.
That one's got to go.
Yeah.
You got to let him go.
Yeah.
They'd be like, you're the lifeguard. I'd be like, no.
Bert and Tom and Bert. One goes topless while the other wears a shirt. Tom tells stories and Bert's the machine. There's not a chance in hell that they'll keep it clean. Here's what we call 2 bears, 1 cave.